What truer words that maybe never been spoken? Where words fail, music speaks. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This was gifted to me by my great executive producer / Arkansas bestie, Donna Joe Cat Lady. That's right. Where words fail, music speaks. Hi. You know what? You got here just as I started. How about that? You didn't come late to the garden. All right. Sorry about that. You know, this tablet does weird shit once in a while. It does. I may have to start looking at another source. You know, I miss my, no, my camera wasn't off. What happened was, it's too much to fucking explain. It has nothing to do with StreamYard. It has to do with the, how is the weather there? You know what? We were supposed to get storms today, and it turns out that it didn't happen. Hi, Mick. I'm still here. Trust me. Where did I go? I'd say crazy, but I've been here. I've been in that land all these years, almost all 56. No, missed it by that much. Kimba, hi, everybody. Appreciate. You know what? I got to tell you something about last broadcast, okay? I really appreciate you guys sticking around and toughing it out, even with the technological gremlins that I currently have right now. I'm looking into getting one of those, what do you call it, gamer headset with the microphones. So hopefully that'll maybe reduce down some of the scratchiness that my mic has. I went and replayed some of last week's broadcast, and yeah, Richard sounded like he was trying out for the Peter Frampton or Joe Walsh part for the voice box. So I don't know, but that was on his end. I didn't have anything to do with that. So storms in Tennessee. Yeah, we had major storms yesterday. I thought we were going to get it again. And I'll tell you the truth as to why I'm on here now instead of where I should have been, but that's okay. All right. Look at Feel the Love. Look at sunny in the high. It was sunny in the high 80s today, actually. I'll look at a cute little cactus, and I decided to name it Mick. I'll tell you, that's cute. See, now you just need to get a bunch of cactuses, and each one of them knows how to play an instrument, and then we can have the reunion of cactus. Yeah, I know that was horrible. I didn't say it was going to be great this time of day. So, I don't know. So the reason why I titled this, Let's Talk About a Rebel Yell, is because it's no secret that I work for Walmart, okay? And I am not too far away from the corporate headquarters. We are having this week is Shareholders Week. For any Walmartians out there, I'm not one of them. It's just a job for me. But once in a while, they will have some cool, what they call associate concerts during the week, right? We have had, let's see, the concerts have been around, oh, geez, I don't know. I want to say 20 years, okay? When I came down here in 2007, for example, I missed seeing the Eagles. That was 4/5 of the classic lineup by a week. Eagles were here. Jimmy Buffett was here. Elton John was here. These are all free concerts for us, okay? And we're allowed to bring a guest. So my guest was my executive producer, Donna Joe Cat Lady, who happens to be my Arkansas bestie. We drove down there today. The concert's going on right now, by the way. We drove down there early. We almost, I'm not kidding you, we almost got in a major car accident. Seriously. Psyko and Donna Joe maybe wouldn't be around here to tell anybody. I know I'm probably being a little dramatic. But I'm telling you, it was real scary. Real wafer thin close carry. So the people that were going to play tonight was Salt and Pepper. That's where I get the let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk. Anyways. And then Billy Idol was your headliner. That's why it's called Let's Talk About a Rebel Yell, because she cried more, or as I like to sing it, she cried mo, 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 mo. So, yeah, that's the other. I was just going to get push it real good. And shoop, shoop, if I remember correctly. Anyways, so the problem was the lines, even by 5:45, the doors weren't going to open till 7, okay? Now, like I said, this was a Walmart Associates concert, and only really Walmart Associates would be allowed into this. This was only going to be open to the public at like a certain time. I think it was like 15 minutes before the concert. If there was any seats left, then whoever was around. So Walmart people would get to go first and a guest. So I'd have to bring my badge, and that's what I did. But yeah, by the time we would have been able to park, I'm not kidding you, the line would have been double, and it was really ridiculous. And for 2 seconds, there was threat of rain, but then they called it off. What he retires will be, oh dear God, maybe. But the thing about, that's funny, let me put this comment up. If I remember correctly, so after the associate concert, I think he's flying to England after this, because it's either later this week or next week in England. He has got this super group that's called Generation Sex, okay? And it's him and Tony Chimes from Generation X and Stu Jones, Paul Cook from the Sex Pistols. And I've heard them. They're really good together. As soon as I make it on time, I have to leave. Well, it's okay. I'm glad you popped on for a minute. That's perfectly fine. I'll see you on the flippity flip. Oh, that's right. What a man. I forgot about that song. What a mighty good man. See, you can't win it all, okay? And I'm not blaming anybody. It's just the lines were really ridiculous. John, I'm going to tell you something. One of the ones, they did a shareholders concert one time, right? So, I don't know. That's a good one, Kimba. I have no clue. I'm staying out of that. So, what was it? So at my store, they decided to do separate concerts. So my store got some guy that was on The Voice. I don't watch that shit. I barely even watched American Idol, and even that to me is So we ended up with, like I said, this is about close to 10 years ago, right? So we get The Voice. The Bentonville store got a secret concert. I'm not kidding you. It turned out I only found out about it as the concert was almost over. They got 3 Dog Night. I'm like, son of a bitch. Now, I know Chuck Negron wasn't there, but you at least would have had, let's see, at that time it was Danny Hutton and Corey, oh my God, Corey Wells, Mike Alsop on guitar, and Jimmy Greenspoon on keys. All right, so you would have had 4 out of the 7 that were on those classic records. Since then, of course, Corey and Jimmy are dead. But I wouldn't go see 3 Dog Night now, by the way, because guess what? As of late last year, it is now just Danny Hutton. Michael Alsop had to retire, so that's all you're getting, and so it's 1 Dog Night. Paul, were you the guy responsible for Mayo getting fired from being greeter at Walmart? That was he. Oh my God, I can't imagine. I can't even imagine Joe being a greeter at Walmart. God. So that's why I decided to do I'm going to do a short video. I will do a short video, I think. because I missed you guys. And so let's see. What can I tell you that I haven't told you since the last time? I did end up finding some record finds. We'll go into that in a minute or two here. I see that Hudson Rainey was on Rachel's Ghost doing the interview after mine. But I can say I'm the first one that had Hudson back. I like Hudson. I don't understand the issues if there is any. I'm like, whatever. I like Hudson. He's cool. He's a cool kid. And then Richard. Well, we all know Richard can be a piece of work. I'm the biggest piece of work there is, though. Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. There's not enough laughter in the world. Send in the clowns. Wait, they're right here. Uh-oh, here. You know what's got... Don't you jam up on me. I need more stuff. I need a kazoo. I need a cowbell. As everybody's like, oh, shit, no, he does not need a cowbell. I can tell you that right now. Yeah, listen, I think anybody's corruptible. Maybe. I don't know. You know, I like doing the live streams. It doesn't matter who the hell, if I'm guest on them, okay, or, you know, I just wish I could get my technological gremlin issues dealt with so that I could go back to the swing of things. Because what you people don't know is I have a handful of musicians I want to interview on this very show. I'm serious. I've got about 3 or 4 that are brewing. I have been in contact loosely with these people. I want to have them on, whether it's live like this or taped. We'll see. I don't know. I've got to... You know, I just got to get all my ducks in a row, but I don't want it to be forever. And then to top that off, here's at least a sliver of good news, if I could say this, a medical update on yours truly. My knee is getting worse. I went to the knee doctor on Tuesday, but I lost 5 more pounds, and basically I can probably be greenlit for the scheduling of my knee replacement. So I'm trying to see if I can get that part done before June 28th, because that really is my next appointment. I'm going to try to see if I could speed up that process at least a little bit, so that maybe, knock on wood, maybe by Labor Day I'll have a new knee. Boy, that'd be nice. And then I can have my own MDA no, not MDA, my own PMP that's Paul Michael Peace for everybody that's uninitiated. I'm not kidding. I probably am going to end up having to have a telethon because I'm going to have to do a GoFundMe. I'm not kidding. I normally don't beg for things. I'd like to be pleasantly go, excuse me, is it possible you could pass along a farthing or maybe a 6pence towards me, you know, I'm the old tiny Tim, ladies and gentlemen. Good deal, Paul. Will you be able to do everything that you used to be able to? When the hell did I run, jump, etc.? The only thing my knees are going to be good for is, here we go with the only good thing my knees are going to be good for when they're all new and better is to do this. Oh, you guys figure that out for yourselves, what that's supposed to mean. Anyways, speaking of, Carol's doing a lot better, guys. Carol is doing a lot better, but I would like to honestly ask for some prayers for some friends of mine, please. Number one, even though he did get released from the hospital, my friend Doug Fields from the Vinyl Glottal Radio Show, sometimes he's here in the Peanut Gallery, and he's been on several of my Psycho Platter taped episodes. He had another series of mini strokes last week. So please keep him in your prayers, along with my friend Mary. Mary had to have a biopsy scheduled. Yes, I'll admit this in the scorecard, ladies and gentlemen. She was one of the reasons why I came to Northwest Arkansas. She was at one point my fiance, but that was a long time ago. I broke my leg 2 times in the last 10 years. Well, who asked you to be in that kickboxing competition, Mike? I saw the video on YouTube a couple weeks ago when I was in Connecticut. I actually ran for a few seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike, the short distance runner. See what I did there? Believe it or not, he's... never mind. Okay, so, I don't have much on this, ladies and gentlemen. I don't. Everybody's like, oh, fuck, he's on here again. Why is he on here again? So please, Doug and Mary, prayers to them. Yay, that's me. Oh, God. So yesterday, for you old timers here, yesterday I'm in the waiting room waiting to be seen. I got me, and sometimes I have to have this now. I'll do my song and dance. Me and my shadow. No, that's not it. So there was a guy in the waiting room, I swear to you, when he opened his mouth to talk. Now, do you guys remember the cartoon Bing 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 Ricochet Rabbit? If you do, great. He sounded like Ricochet Rabbit's deputy. If you remember the tall with the droopy nose, I swear to God, I lost it. Yeah, I'm going to be raising Cain on Abel. I'll be able to raise Cain. See, there was a bad twist biblical pun right there, wasn't it? I wonder when he was hitting and he was singing I am a rock, I am no. Oh no, I drug Paul Simon into this. New album coming up from him, actually, 82 Psalms. I don't know, I heard some weird story that, and I'm not sure how true this is, because people have gone off and told me that he already was Jewish. I'm not sure how true that is, but supposedly at least he found God, supposedly while he was recording that new album. I'm not sure how true that is, but that's great if he did. That's right. Whenever you say Mr. Ricochet, he sounded just like that. I'm like, oh my God. I had to turn away and go, I would have lost it. Literally, this dude was talking like that word for word. Only in Northwest Arkansas. Okay, maybe not only in Northwest Arkansas. So yeah, so no Salt and Pepper Billy Idol show. But it was a great day for a white wedding. Great day to start again. Maybe William Shatner singing that. It's a nice day for a white wedding. It's a great day to start again. He's like, no. That's going to be in your head all day long now. You want to know the earworm that's been in my head for the last few days? Do any of you people know the good old comedy troupe Whitest Kids You Know? Trevor Moore and his song about mouthwash. Go watch the music video. That's all I'm going to tell you. I only found out about this because my son John from a few weeks ago, he did it about 10 years ago before Trevor died, of course. Star Trek 4. You know what? I'll tell you something. I love all those Trek movies. I do. But when they started getting to oh my God. Yeah, 6 of them. They did 6 of them. It was starting to wear thin after 4, in my opinion. Okay. The first one was so damn long. LA woman. You know who would have been funnier yet for me is waiting for the sun. Waiting for the sun. Oh, no. Jim Morrison's turning over in his grave like an earth borer. Hello, Paul. How you doing, my friend? Thought I'd drop in to see what my condition was in. You're shitting me. I thought Dylan retired. I thought he was done. I thought Rough and Rowdy Ways was the last LP on his contract. So, we're going to have another one. Dylan sings. Oh, God. Dylan sings children's songs. This old man, he played three. He played knick-knack on my knee. Okay. See, I already lost a few. That's what did it. It was the Dylan impression of this old man. That's fantastic. The ST films seem to be started again. And yeah, you know what? Yeah. I would say so. Because I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, the gut puncher for me always. I shed a tear, even though I was, I'm sitting there. I'm like, obviously Spock's going to be back, but that moment, those last few moments in Star Trek II. The needs of the many, Jim, outweigh the needs of the few. I was crying like a little bitch. I was like, Dwayne, welcome to the party. Yeah, talking about crying like that's what I was doing. Seriously. Now, Star Trek 1, oh my God. Okay, so my dad and I, that was 1979. 1979. My dad and I went to see that movie, Brand New Ship Out of Danger. I'm a cinematography buff. I like the older movies. I love the older movies too. But remember though, hey, how you doing? I love your emoji there. Classic sticks. I love sticks. I would say truthfully, from the first album back in 1972 all the way to, okay, you know what? Some people are going to hate me for this. I don't give a shit. Kilroy. Yeah. Although their best albums was the first 5, including Equinox and up to it. Don't cry, Jim. Dislogical. Jim. Well, the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind, Paul. But yes, Bob, me, is still at Columbia. 61 fucking years. Actually, what's funny, Mike, you know what I came across, and maybe I should go get it. You know what? I only got to see Dylan once, and that was 2000. It was Halloween night, 2003 or 2004 in DeKalb, Illinois, at the Northern Illinois Convocation Center. Cool show, but was such a strange show. Nice on getting those. Kobayashi Maru. The only one to beat it was the one that cheated. That's right. But hey, put him in legend, didn't it? Starfleet Academy. Yes, it did. So, geez, 40 studio. Oh, so what I found earlier this week, but I know where it's at if I want to go back. One of it, I don't know how many 45s he did for Asylum. Remember when he was with Asylum for 2 albums? I found a 45 of Dylan on Asylum. I'm like, holy shit, I never saw that. Saw Dylan in 78. Would that have been the Street Legal tour? Was that what about right? Before he did his Christianity conversion, which I know some people bust his balls about that, okay? But look, I like Slow Train Coming. I do like that album, okay? I'm not going to lie. I've got Shot of Love for several reasons. Ringo's on it. Ringo plays a cut on Shot of Love. Whether you know that or not, now you know. But I've never come across a copy of Saved, I don't think. But I want those albums because I still have Slow Train Coming. And of course, without Slow Train Coming, you wouldn't have John Lennon going off and going, gotta serve somebody, which was an outtake from Double Fantasy. I'm enjoying the rain we needed for the wildfires. Oh, I didn't know what they called it wildfire. Oh, no. I stood in line at Frigid for hours to get tickets for Dylan in New London in '90s. The Time Out of Mind tour, that would have been another excellent tour. See, I do like Dylan's gospel albums. And by the way, the live recording from that tour, really good. I've got it. Trouble No More. I love that set. Great set. I have had some people tell me. See, there you go. I have some people telling me that I should go grab the Nashville Skyline, the bootleg, with Johnny Cash, and I need to get that. I've got the Dylan Harrison. I was so looking forward to that, and it was such a disappointment to me. It really, really was. I was sad. I reviewed that in a Psycho Platter episode quite some time ago. See, that's great. So he was no band. It was just him. You know what? I love it that way. That would be more intimate. But don't get me wrong. When I saw him in 03, 04, whichever year it was, I wish I knew right off the bat. He did have a crackerjack band behind him, but what happened was Augie Myers, who keyboardist, a former member of the Doug Sam Quintet. She's about a mover. Augie, if I remember correctly, had a heart attack. Like in the early part of the tour that year, Dylan had to do the rest of the leg of the tour on keyboards, and he had his harmonica set up, okay? He did not touch a guitar until the encore. Seriously. So it was kind of a very strange show. I'm fine, Mike, just strolling and scrolling the YouTube. It's nice to see you here. Seriously. I love seeing all you guys here. Because it's important to me, all right, that you're here and we can all do this. Sure, I'm goofy and I'm, Confessions of a Middle-aged Man, right? But I love having you guys here. And I'm being very genuine and sincere about this. This is my therapy, my weekly therapy, okay? Without you guys, without you, I am nothing. And that's true. I really am. I'm nothing. I'm just a fat, blubbering idiot. Well, 5 pounds less fat, dude. See? I haven't given Kimba my old greeting in years, so Kimba, oh, dear Lord. Kimba. But, so the thing is that, I really do love you guys. I think there's some channels that are really true to their vinyl community core. I think there are some channels that can be a little shady, a little phony at times. Waffle House. One of my favorite coffee mugs, damn it. This mug is 11 years old. Every Christmas they used to have they shorten those mugs now. They're a joke, Mike. They're a joke. You know what, Mike? I'll tell you something. Truthfully, if I wanted to go see Dylan, all right, there would have been 3 tours I would have wanted to see. I'm going to leave you just up for a second. So one would be 62, 63 when he's starting out. And here's my first guest. Hi. How you doing? Now, audience, let us know if there's any audiological issues. I hear Doc perfectly fine. Like I said, last week was a little screwy, but I think it had to do with other people's audio equipment. But Doc's pretty prepared. So, testing. Yeah. So solo tour like Gaslight New York City, 62, 63 would have been great to see him. I would have loved to have been at when he went electric. Oh my God! Just to be out there and hearing half of the booze cackle. Boo, sold out. I love it. Boo. That would have been Rolling Thunder tour would be another one. And then so the Dylan and the band, even though Levon wasn't in that lineup for the when he went electric. That would have been fine. I would have just been like, okay. But then, I would have loved to have seen Dylan with the band. Sure, like for Planet Waves or something right around there. That would have been great. What about you? You said you seen Dylan?
I sound fine.
I sound fine.
Well, I'm asking you, did you see Dylan before, ever, live? Is there, are you hearing me? Is there a delay?
I hear you.
I hear you fine.
Okay. No, I was asking you, did you ever see Bob Dylan live?
No, not me.
Not me.
Oh.
Well, maybe. So, you're not a big fan of mine, huh? That's fine. Last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know where
I know where the echo.
Where's the echo coming from? Me?
Yeah.
You're way too far.
All right, hang on a minute. How about now?
Testing.
Testing.
Huh?
Because my YouTube is
My
on.
YouTube is on.
How about, yeah, but see, okay, here's the thing. I am only channeling through YouTube. I went on my StreamYard. I was not plugged into YouTube when I started this. So I'm not on YouTube where I can go, oh, you know, because I don't think you can do that. I don't know if you can do that while it's going. Huh?
You set YouTube
Set
off.
YouTube off.
What did you say?
Set YouTube
Set
off.
YouTube off.
I don't know how to do that.
There's a little X.
It's a little X up at the head,
And you click it off.
and you click it off.
Okay, if I press that X, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Hang on a second.
But you're still on
StreamYard.
StreamYard.
Yeah, but see, then the people on YouTube won't be able to hear me. I never had problems before. I don't know.
Either that or
turn your volume on the YouTube.
Well, let's see. Let's see, the problem is if I do that. Oh, damn it. That's not what I wanted. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
How does it sound?
I'm still echoing.
I'm still echoing.
Son of a bitch. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I can barely hear you. Now, I shut the volume off on this sucker.
Yeah. Look and see what Dusty's putting there. There's two tabs.
There's two tabs.
One is for YouTube.
One is for YouTube.
One is for
One is for
StreamYard.
StreamYard.
Turn the
one for YouTube off.
Okay, let me explain something here. All right? I am not on my laptop where I could do that. I have a tablet. My laptop died in this respect. That's why my laptop, for whatever reason, is old and started breaking down. This tablet, which is what I'm on, is how I run my shows when I run them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have a function where I can go and see what I got without killing you guys.
If you've got a
browser,
two tabs.
Sorry, kids. I did not expect to. Okay, hang on a second. I'm going to try something, okay?
Go ahead.
Don't go away, guys. Oh right, hang on a minute.
Hello, man.
Hello, man.
See, he's
He's full of it.
technical difficulty.
This is irritating me. What the hell? I know.
All is broken.
All is broken.
The eagle.
The eagle has to help you.
Yeah, but it's pissing me off.
There's people up
There's
here.
people up here.
Yeah. You know, guys, damn it. All I want to have is some good broadcasts. That's all I want. Yeah, I'm pissed now. I'm pissed. I don't want to be pissed, okay? I don't want to be pissed. I'm sorry I can't figure out technological shit with what little I got. I'm not mad at you, Doc. I love you. I love everybody here. I'm pissed that I can't I can't figure this out. All I want to do is have good shows for you guys, and I can't even do that. Christ.
Does not your browser have
no?
You must have a browser.
You must have a browser on it.
What? Okay. What about a browser?
Well, like Chrome. My head hurts. What is a browser?
What is a browser?
Look, I have a tablet computer. I clicked on StreamYard to start all of this nonsense.
Yeah.
Through the StreamYard link, it allows me to connect to YouTube.
Yes. But
Through that little button. Through the little button, that's it. But here's it won't, obviously, to be able to record, you have to spend money through StreamYard. I'm a poor ass son of a bitch.
You have to go to
It's in my preference for YouTube. Yeah. So people are just going to have to deal with the slight whatever. That's all today.
Hey. Well, let me show you some stuff before I came
here.
Yeah. Before you do, I'm really sorry about my behavior, guys. It's just you have to understand. I'm working with. I can't afford things. I'm having to deal with cheap ass shit just to be able to do this, and I don't understand some of this stuff. If I had my own laptop, I could have done everything you said, Doc, and I would have no problems with this. But I can't afford even a cheap ass laptop right now to rectify the situation so that I can control things better. What you got? Oh, look at ya.
See?
See?
Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, see?
It's Leonard
It's
Malone.
Leonard Malone.
It's got
It's got
they got that
they
mafia.
got that mafia.
Hardcore. That's a good episode.
That's a good episode. I like it.
Oh,
Look,
Look,
yay!
it's William
it's
Shatner.
William Shatner.
Yes.
Yes. See?
And
it's got
Arena.
Arena on it.
That's
That's the one with the horn.
Gotta like that.
Gotta like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else have I done?
What else?
Oh,
Oh, look.
it's Ooh
It's
Hurrah. Nichelle Nichols.
Michelle Nichols. Right?
Yay! I always thought she was so cute. She really was.
It's got
The Doomsday Machine.
Doomsday Machine.
Oh, one of my
Oh, one of my favorites.
You know, William Wyndham.
William Wyndham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was
So
the
what was the big cigar that
destroying planets?
destroyed planets? Love it.
Oh,
Oh God, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, look, it's
Oh, it's
Oh, shut up, Dr. Bud.
I don't know that. Yeah, see.
Yeah, see.
But
What
it's
an
got-
episode, though.
It's got a month.
It's got one episode that
Oh God, the Tribbles.
Wow.
Oh,
So, like, it's been long ago because the idea
I have got to get. I don't know. I can never seem to get a decent price on the complete Star Trek series, all 3 seasons together. You know, I guess really what I need to do is I need to get that complete series, and then I do need to get the 6 movies together in a box set. And yes, even though I'm not a next-gen fan, I would have to probably get Generations, at least because you've got Kirk, Chekhov, and Scotty, right? I think that's who was in the Generations movie. Yeah.
That's all that started.
Any
That's all
other
that's
things? All right. I have a couple. Let's see. My turn here for a minute. So, thank you guys. Thank you. Seriously, Doc, always great stuff. So, we don't have. There was a couple things that when I was last week that I didn't get to show, and then I actually do have a couple things from a record store. I went and sold some stuff today, and then got a little bit in trade in the cheapo boxes. You know, I love cheapo boxes. But first, anybody that's a big fan of Bob and Tom Radio Show, which I love the old stuff, a nice double CD of the best of the Mr. Obvious Show. Oh my God. If you guys know what this is all about, good for you. If not, go check on YouTube under Bob and Tom, Mr. Obvious, because Mr. Obvious sounded like this. Hello, caller. And then the guy would go, hey, Mr. Obvious. Long time listener, first time caller. Yes, go ahead, caller. And it would be such stupid shit that the other caller would like what was it? The one time he goes off and he's like, Mr. O, dude, there's a noise. I think I'm hearing like a critter, like a raccoon or something. Well, where are you hearing it, caller? And he goes, well, it's in the kitchen. In the kitchen, you think you got something making a lot of noise? What's the animal sound like, caller? And the guy go, well, you know, it sounds like. And he goes, really? He goes, yeah, Mr. O. And it always seems to happen when there's this switch on the wall. Go ahead, caller. Keep going. And he goes, and only when I turn the switch on does it go near the sink. And then finally, Mr. Obvious goes, caller, that's not an animal. at your garbage disposal. It's stupid shit like that, and you're just like, and finally he had it up to here one day. He's on this radio show of his, and he just goes all out. He spews all kinds of shit because people are idiots. So really fun shit on that one. And then let's see, I found another neat one. 60s girl groups. Yeah, some of this stuff isn't exactly. I found a lot of old school comps, and I love it. Like this one here has got the Blossoms, the 3 Degrees, the Royalettes, the Apollos, the Chiffons, the Dolls, the Cookies, Sugar and Spice, the Pearls, the Honeys. That's right. You're talking Brian Wilson's wife, Ginger, and her. Marilyn and Ginger, and then the other ones that were with them, the ones that sing background on Be True to Your School. That's right. They had their own little group on Capitol for a bit, and the Revlons, which, if I remember correctly, was also a side project with Brian Wilson's involvement. I cannot read the label on. I think Warner was involved. Yeah, Warner did this a few years back, and then. How funny, because I picked this up a day or two before she died. Uh-oh. Well, he left. I didn't kick you off. I didn't. If you want to try to come back on, go ahead. If not, I totally understand. So, there. Okay. That's fine. So, yeah, definitely. I love the old school girl group stuff. James Gregory in December 2023. You know, I got to take a look. Speaking of, I just found out Tim Meadows is returning to our comedy club July 7th and 8th. I may try to go. Well, at least you weren't sneaking off in the alley with Sally. All right. So I ended up getting this about maybe a day or two before Tina Turner passed, but a really interesting 2 CD comp, Sticks and Stones, The Sue Record Story, 1957 to 62. This is a UK comp. Some really cool stuff here. I cannot wait to listen to this. But I mean, you got Ike and Tina Turner, Bobby Hendricks, Sonny Jackson, Baby Washington, Don Covey, Jimmy Barnes, Jimmy McGriff, all kinds of fun on here. So I love getting these things. And these were like $3.33 a piece. Really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. J Tripper. By the way, I like your emoji there. Yeah, yes, I do, Greg. When I went to Connecticut earlier this month, my buddy had tickets for us to see Lewis Black in Worcester, but don't come the day of the show. Oh, that's too Lewis or your friend? Yay, hello, George. How are you? You missed me having a conniption about 15, 20 minutes ago due to tech gremlins. That's probably best that way. Anyway, that's okay. I'm leaving up the episode anyway. Now you guys can see me when I am pissed for real sometimes. Love the soda video, Doc. See, there you go. Hiya, George. George, awesome 4 Seasons channel. Oh, okay. See, look at that. Yes. Everybody check out Doc's Fizzy video. So, let's see. So I ended up finding for a handful. Yeah, I'll tell you, she died too young. Damn it. And I'm sorry, I don't care what anybody says. I mean, obviously it was her choice, I guess, to be this way. But, you know, Karen's mom and Richard were not much help. That's all I'm saying about it. They assisted in that death. I don't care what anybody says. So I ended up, I came across some albums, at least a album that I was looking for. All right, which really surprised me, and it was at a really good price. And And he's coming to the con in September in Little Rock, but not for music. All right, he's actually here mostly for his movies that he's been in: Cannonball Run, Smokey and the Bandit, not Phantom of the Opera. It's the one from the 70s, though. I think you know where I'm going on this, though. Yeah, I know, but I hate the way my setup is. Okay, look, I'm not going to lie. You know, I kind of wish I could get to 1,000 subscribers so I could have that money button, because every dollar that I could end up getting raised would be towards better equipment so I could have a better show for you guys. That's the God's honest truth. And I'd be very transparent, as opposed to other channels that end up just taking them, like the words of Steve Miller, come on, take the money and run. I'm not like that. I never have, never will. But yes, I really need to get some sort of a fund so I can better my channel for you guys and for me. So Paul Williams is coming in September, okay? On Reprise, Someday Man. I was looking for this album. These came out to like about $3.33 a piece, all right? And, you know, his music really... I love you too. I really, really do. And you know what? Please, I try. Thank you so much. I'm 65 away from 1,000, guys. Unlike some channels, I will not, and I refuse to buy subs. I will not deal with robots. But I know you can't see it really well, but on Reprise, it's in near minty shape. But my favorites on here so far is Someday Man, of course, because the Monkees did it. Oh, I love Monkees version too. That's like my favorite. But Paul's was good. And then Trust, which, yes, I'm sorry, I was just running. But yeah, so and then Trust, which was an excellent song. Also, all of these were co-wrote with Roger Nickel. I should not forget this. And the Peppermint Trolley Company did an excellent version of Trust. I love that 45. I need to get that album. It's an awesome group. And we're talking about, yes, that Peppermint Trolley Company that did the theme to the first season of the Brady Bunch. They were on Mannix, yes, and on the Beverly Hillbillies. They did all that stuff. And yet they did have a cool song in Trust. Now, this album here, you pretty much have the Wrecking Crew is backing him. But you also get on guitar in some arrangements, you get Chad Stewart, because the story goes from Chad and Jeremy. So the story goes that when Trust came out as a 45 in '68 for Peppermint Trolley, Chad Stewart was the one that arranged the whole 45. It's a beautiful work, beautiful song done that way. Well, when Paul decided he wanted to do this, he asked for Chad to come back and do an arrangement for him on this album. And he does, like I said, he plays guitars also on this LP. So the Wrecking Crew and Chad from Chad and Jeremy. Oh, and Clyde King, by the way, an excellent, excellent female singer. Rolling Stones, Sweet Inspirations, that type of stuff. So that's the one that I've been wanting for quite a while. Right. Don't ask me which episode. I cannot remember. I think it was in color. It was one of the color episodes of Beverly Hillbillies. But yeah, because I think Peppermint Trolley got started in 67. 67, do I want to say, well, Brady Bunch came out 69, so I want to say early 69 is when they must have done the theme song. So, yeah, so maybe till 70 they lasted and then disappeared. And then they found this one, which this one will end up going to Donna Joe Cat Lady after I listened to it, A Little Bit of Love. By this time, he is on A&M. All right. Let's see what year, out of curiosity. 74. So 74 for this one. The song that comes to mind, which is the end of side one, The Family of Man, which of course Three Dog Night ended up, if I remember correctly, had a hit on that. But I don't really know any of the other people that are on here. The closest is Tom Scott. Tom Scott is on this album. I don't know any of the other people that are on this LP. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Yeah, see, you just never know what you are going to find from this guy. Okay, you know what? I'll tell you another goofy thing that I found out today. I get the Hillbillies every night on Dish from 1 to 2 and watch them every night. Y'all come back now, you hear? Almost as funny as Beetle Brad, yeah. So here's another weird connection I'm going to throw at you, but it has nothing to do with Peppermint Trolley, Paul Williams, Brady Bunch, and Beverly Hillbillies. I'm reading an excellent book about Graham Parsons right now. I'm about at the point of about 1972 now. So he's working on Grievous Angel, okay? One of his 2 solo albums he did before he died in September 73. So in 1969, Graham ended up having for a manager Phil Kaufman. Phil Kaufman, before he ended up in Graham's universe, because Graham seemed to be everywhere. He is one of the foundations of the, quote, cosmic American music, okay? Graham, Mike Nesmith, your Flying Burrito Brothers, that type, okay? So that's some of the foundation there, and others. But the thing is that, yeah, I'm getting turned on to his music. So I'm hoping to get to meet him in September, and I want to talk to him personally because his song Trust, I played for my late wife like about maybe a month before she passed. And I said, except for the first line, this is how I feel about you. And so, yeah. So Graham, oh, you mean Graham was a great singer? Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't have a lot of Graham in my collection. I'm not going to lie about that. I think I had Grievous Angel at one time, but I think I gave it to a friend or something. And I did have Sweetheart of the Rodeo. I don't know where the hell that copied from the Byrds. I don't know what happened to that. But they downplayed it on the vinyl, so you kind of almost have to go for the deluxe edition to get more Graham on that. More grams of Graham. Okay. So Graham Parsons, like I said, though. So 1969, Phil Kaufman ends up in his universe till Graham dies suddenly in September 1973. But in 1967, Phil Kaufman ends up befriending, if you will, Charles Manson. He ends up releasing the Life album from Charles Manson. This is before the murders. All right? How about them apples? So you've got this guy who, for a year to 2 years, that was in Manson's world. Yes, he said he did, I hate to say it, he did just about all the girls there at the Spawn Ranch girls. Now I'm sounding like the True Crime Channel here. Paulcast, but I'm not trying to be. There's a reason for this. So Phil Kaufman is tied into Manson's universe on and off for about 2 years till the murders. And Graham just happens to come in right around, either maybe slightly before or during all of this. Okay? So I just thought that was weird to go from Charlie Manson to Graham Parsons. See, you can have a bar bet now. What's the link between Charlie Manson and Graham Parsons? Then you know the answer. Yes, you do. That's it. Thank you very much. Phantom of the Paradise was the name of them. Yes, that is absolutely correct. I've had so much death in my family over the decades, Paul, and I hope you don't mind if I ask, when did your wife pass? She passed suddenly January 28, 2019. There's not a day that goes by that I really don't think of. I mean, I do think of her, is what I'm getting at, every day, just about. I'm going to be very serious for a moment. Her urn is in my bedroom. Every day I wake up and I go get my stuff on the dresser. There she is, surrounded by some of her favorite necklaces, beads, if you will, and some of the stuffed animals that she liked. Okay. Yeah, so there you go. I know, too much information. I'm sorry. But you know what? I will say this. I've got a beautiful, wonderful girlfriend that I love so much named Carol. She's awesome. I am her honey bear. She is my piglet. I know that sounds strange. There's a reason. So I'm her poo. She's my piglet. Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's right. In fact, in the Phil Kaufman part, he did get to meet Dennis Wilson, but he was more chitty chatty with Terry Melcher. Okay, Phil Kaufman was. So that's where your little universe kind of goes. You know what? Yes, thank you so much. You know, she's okay. I shouldn't be talking about this, but I'm going to tell you this. All right, this is for the people that have had somebody. Maybe some of you people got signs from your loved ones after, maybe not. So I'm sitting in a coffee shop. Now, I know you're going to say here, oh, God, this sounds so phony, like it's something out of a Hollywood script. And I would agree with you on this, except this all went down real, okay? So just please indulge me. Don't run away on this one. Just let me tell you this story. So this story now, like I said, Jess dies in January 2019, okay? So now we're like going into the tinge of fall. Summer is about over. It's getting to be fall in 2019. There's this coffee shop. This is pre-COVID, okay? I remember that. And it was it was a Sunday afternoon, and it was a very weird hue to the sunny day, if you get my drift. It was getting to be towards evening. And I'm sitting here with my friend. Oh, boy. And you know what? She's gone, too, unfortunately, my friend. She passed away, the best I can figure out, late 2020 of brain cancer, I think. Oh, boy. I never did get a full resolvement, but that's the last thing I heard. She passed away in the St. Louis area. But she was royalty. Yes, she really was a member of royalty of an island near the Dominican Republic. That's all I'm going to tell you. So, but I was friends with her for a couple of years, this lady, who I'm not going to mention. And so we're sitting here having this coffee. It's okay, guys, honestly. We all have to, in the words of Todd Rundgren, time heals wounds that no one can see. So I'm sitting there, and the coffee shop is about getting ready to close. And there was a gentleman, I barely saw him out of the corner of my eye, who left, and he was walking to wherever, a couple blocks away. He turns around and he comes back. Now, I didn't know this guy from Adam. And while we're finishing our last cup of coffee, this gentleman who did not identify himself, but he goes, "Please forgive me, sir. I know this is really weird. I never met you. You never met me." And I said, "That's true." He goes, "I have a message to tell you." And I go, "Excuse me?" "I have a message to tell you. She's doing fine." That's it. That's the message. I bawled like a baby. I broke down because that was such a weight on my heart and my shoulders. And I'm not going to go into why. But I believe in God, and I believe in Jesus as my Savior. God put that message into that man. I believe it. That's why. And you know what? I'll tell you something else too. I know, I'm sorry. I know you guys come here for the music talk, but you're going to get me too, because I'm part of this. Up until 6 months to a year before she passed, I was doing some things I shouldn't have been doing. But I stopped. I did. I stopped. And the slate was clean. And myself and my wife at that time, we were healing together. We were starting together. We opened up together. And then she died suddenly. We were good. We had peace and closure in a good way, closure, like we were good with each other, we loved each other. If she would have died 6 months or a year before that, I would have been racked my brain so much. I can sleep at night because we had those moments of bonding. And once again, I'm sorry I'm going long-winded on this. I apologize, but this is, you guys half-assed, half. Well, no, I mean, seriously. And if any of you people have loved ones, you just love them every day. Love them, hug them, call them, tell them you love. I call my mother every day. She's 10 and a half hours away. I try to call her every day. I at least call 6 days a week. Paul, I'm not going to go into it too much, but believe me, thank you. Thank you, honestly, seriously. Yeah, well, you know what? And thank you, but I'm going to tell you something. There's this national group called Grief Share. If some of you people are grieving out there and you don't really know what to do, give Grief Share a chance. And I'm going to say this. I went through 2 trips of Grief Share. Sometimes 1 trip is not enough. It's really conveniently low priced. It is, okay? And it can help. There's other options. There's books you can look up on Google for that too. And having a good family and friend-centric circle helps in the grieving process. And of course, like I said with Todd Rudgren, time heals. So it's like, I think about her, but I also think, I'm like, you know what? So I don't want to delve too much into Carol's life, but Carol is a widow, you see. She's a widow. And he passed away suddenly, okay? And I'm the only other loved one man she's ever had. That means a lot to me. That almost sounds like a Hollywood movie, right? But it's not. It's real. It's real. Okay, I'm going to shut up on this now. I thank you for putting up with that little story. I love you guys. You guys are so patient with me. Okay, I have a handful more here to show you. Okay. Because I'm from the Chicagoland area, I support all my local bands from up there. I support some of the Northwest Arkansas old stuff too, but most of the stuff I love. And I mean, in my collection, if you were to look at my weird collection, as Wade likes to say, you'd see a lot of Chicago area or Illinois-centric bands. All right? Thank you. Thank you kindly, George. Seriously. George announced that Frankie Valli doing 14 shows in Vegas, late October, early November. I want to see if I can somehow get money to go out there. I have never been to Vegas, and I wouldn't go to gamble because I can go gamble over on the Oklahoma-Arkansas border. But I really would like to go see Frankie Valli. I would. That's right. You don't have to be a rag doll. You don't have to be a big girls do cry. You don't have to be any of that stuff. You don't even have to walk like a man, although if you're a man, it'd be preferred that way. But you don't have to do any of those things just to go see Frankie Valli. To see, then you can make it, oh, what a night. Late October 2023. Yeah, I know I'm butchering that. So, in my Illinois-centric bands, see, exactly. You know, George, I'm going to tell you something. My dad died in July 2019, but there was a difference in that one. I knew it was coming, even though he had 2 forms of cancer. I do think about him as well, but for some reason, I mean, I had one good day of solid grieving, but other than that, it's like he's in the back of my head. When I look through some of his old Navy stuff, he was in the Navy from 63 to 66. Quick little story about my dad. So he is in Bethesda, Maryland. All right, December 1963. Oh, what a night for him, literally. But it was December 1963. He was getting ready to go on holiday leave, shore leave, if you will. Now, remember, I said Bethesda. So he could pick up Washington, D.C. radio. He remembers vividly hearing I Want to Hold Your Hand from the Beatles. He is one of the first people in America to hear that on the radio. What a feeling. What a feeling. No flash dance here. but what a feeling. That's right. Grease is the word that you heard. It's got groove. It's got meaning. Peter Frampton on guitar, by the way, on that. All right. So here's another Illinois band that kind of gets a little ignored, and it's not right. Starcastle. I did not have this Citadel album. This is one of the three albums I got from Trade. Here's front, here's the back. Now, Starcastle has, they were proggy, kind of like Yes Light a little bit at times, all right? They were on Epic Records, so for the record collecting spotlight, if you will, you are looking at your Orange Target label, okay? And as far as for, give me a second here, 77, so 1977, but Starcastle put out a couple albums. I've got Reel to Reel, I got Fountains of Light. I think this is the only Starcastle vinyl from that day I didn't have. I know, right? I am very happy to have this. I think, yep, see, Starcastle did not get enough love. But yes, the original singer to REO Speedwagon, Terry Luttrell, left Speedwagon in the early sessions of the second LP before Kevin Cronin came in. And then lo and behold, a couple of years later, Starcastle, that's right. So Citadel, definitely. Then, as everybody around here knows, see, that would have been kick-ass. Who'd they open up for, do you remember? I'm curious about this. And then I ended up, my mom's having a birthday on Saturday. She's going to be 91, but from talking to her on the phone, I know what's coming. As I said, Paul, just so many, cherish your mom. I know you do, okay? 91, that's great that she has gone to this point in this juncture of life, seriously. Somehow it'll be getting by, getting by. I'm going to tell you something, Greg. If it's one thing I've learned over the last couple of years is that it's okay to have a lot of okay days. That's what my life is. I used to be super duper depressed. Once in a while I'll still get that way, and I don't even know why. But I'm hoping after the 28th of June, I'm supposed to get a drug for the ADD that only got officially diagnosed late last year. Yeah, I've been living with it all my life. I know there's a lot of people out there that have that stuff. And I'm kind of hoping that maybe it's going to help a little, to get me a little more focused. I know, right? Almost 56 years old. Have I ever been focused? Maybe, maybe not. My mom's 103 in a home but refuses to... Oh, no. I'm sorry, Doc. I really am about that. All right. Bubblegum. I have a weakness for bubblegum. I have a weakness for a lot of different kinds of music. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you know where there's an original mono press of the 1968 album, The Birds, Bees, and the Monkeys, and it's reasonably priced, let this guy know. Because that's what I need in my collection. But I found this really good price in, nice and minty. 123 Red Light by the 1910 Fruit Gum Company. Notice that copy's looking at that girl and guy on the bench and going, I see where you're trying to go. You're only going to kiss her. You're not going to second base under her bra. Not on my watch. And you're like, oh my God. And then, of course, they have to throw this. We all know what 123 Red Light really means. You could play it with your green tambourine. See what I did there? That just crisscrossed everything. And you could do that. You could play 123 Red Light with your green tambourine down at Lulu's. Or you could buy something that's chewy, fresh and fruity. Never mind. But yes, I love bubblegum, damn it. Is it wrong that I only found out about the Fun and Games with Elephant Candy this week. I never heard that damn song till this week. You're talking 1968. Oh, and another thing, I kind of got half pissed. I went, like I said, in my trading material, there was one album that I was looking for. Some bastard, okay, I shouldn't say bastard, but somebody beat me to it. When I was there last time, they had a 1970 original Capitol Bugaloos. You heard me right, the Bugaloos. That good old Croft cart, oh boy, the Bugaloos. With Martha Ray, oh, Martha Ray. The Big Fig Newton, to the Fig Newton. Okay, and then I can't remember if I showed this one. This actually was from the last time that I traded with my buddy from Block Street Records. But I was looking for this for quite some time. Armageddon. That's right, from 1975. Yes, on A&M Records, if I remember correctly. Yep, I'm right. I'm always right. No, I'm kidding. I'm not always right. I'm about as right as Ivory Snow, which is 99 and 44 100ths per. I'm just fucking with you. But anyways, as we know, though, Keith Ralph, Yardbirds. Hey, this is what after Renaissance, this is where he jumped to. Okay, so you got Keith Ralph, and then Louis Samano from Steam Hammer and Renaissance. You got Bobby Caldwell, who, of course, on drums, he's gone too now, but he was in The Great Captain Beyond. Yes, and then Martin Pugh. Okay. So, yeah. And then, unfortunately, I want to say 6 months after this album came out, I think, Keith Ralph got electrocuted, and then, of course, he was dead. So you could never have an original OG Yardbirds reunion, at least not since then. Orange is Pornza should have been a hit for which, oh, dear God, Witchy Poo. I like that old shit, though. That's another, not that one, but the other one that I'm wanting on my want list, if I ever can find it, is the Banana Splits album on Decca. Now, I'm told that's a bitch to find, seriously, okay? My mother got me for a birthday present last year one of the Kellogg's mail-in EPs, but I found out after the fact that the seller that sold her, it's the wrong picture sleeve to the record. So I need to find the other picture sleeve. That's the thought that counts, though. That's why I love my mom. Because I didn't even tell her to get it. She's the one that looked for it. So, yeah, I do miss the 70s. Believe you me. Dr. Mom's 103, God bless her. I guess we all go through it. Paul, I'll say, just having you here talking about music and anything else that you want. Seriously, thank you for the kind words. I mean that literally so very much. Yeah, the 70s was an awesome decade, and I'll tell you this, it might have been the last true, really good decade. Because, part of the 80s were good too, but you're already starting to kind of see the rot. Like, I want to say the back half of the 80s, you start kind of seeing shit you didn't expect to see. You know what? That is funny that you bring that up, because the correct answer is yes and no. And I know you're going, what? So, Chan Clan was only around for one season. I think 1974, if I remember correctly. So, none of the songs got released. But if you go and get on Sunset Boulevard Records, it's only on CD, Ron Dante's Funhouse. That is the name of the CD. Easily available. You might even be able to get a signed copy through Ron's website, although since the Happy Together tour started this week, you may have to hold off on the signed stuff. But there are several cuts on that Funhouse of the original Chan Clan material that Dante sang. See, it is worth getting that CD, and sometimes they'll have Sunset Boulevard will have it on sale. I got my copy for like $7, and it's a really fun CD. So I'm recommending everybody to get that Ron Dante Funhouse. I think you will like it, especially if you grew up watching not only the Archie cartoons, but all those other ones that we're talking about. Paul, you asked, well, Star Castle open for Fog? Oh, nice. And Sticks, oh, and Can't, oh, shit, that's great. Man, oh, man, that's some excellent stuff right there. Yes, right on, man. The 1977 movie Confessions from a Holiday Camp has Caroline Ellis in a nude scene. Didn't know that. Didn't know that at all. So let me think about this a minute. 1977, the show was on 1970. So she definitely was over 18, I hope, right? I hope so, because I don't get into the younger stuff. That's just sick. Ron Dante's Funhouse is expensive. Really? Like I said, go check Sunset Boulevard Records. That'd be BLVD, okay? Not all Boulevard, just Sunset BLVD.records, and see if you can get it cheap. Because I'm not kidding you. Last year, I think it was, I spent $7 on it, and a really good value. Not only is there Archie stuff, but there's cufflinks. So Archie's cufflinks, Chan Clan. There was an Archie cartoon in the 70s, again, U.S. of Archie. There were some little bumpers and musical liners from that too. You're going to get some unreleased Ron Dante. It is, if you're a Ron Dante or Archie or whatever, look at you. Nature called. Psst. Don't whiz on the electric fence. That's a Ren and Stimpy reference, and in that cartoon for Ren and Stimpy, Frank Zappa plays the devil. That's right. He's in the end of that. It's true. Look at it. You'll find out. What is it, man? Say Ren. Oh, God, I'm so dumb. I don't know. So, but that's pretty much it. I know, yeah, and I have a lot of weakness for that kind of stuff, and I just do. There's probably more stuff that I don't even know about yet that you probably could classify as bubblegum. Good old Funk is good old Frank. That's right. There's some new Zappa. New unreleased Zappa coming out this summer. I can't remember what the hell it is, but it's stuff nobody's heard before. That's one thing about Frank. Boy, did he have the vaults. Boy, did he have the damn vaults. He was. They said that there could be another. I'm not kidding on this. They said there could be another 5 to 10 years worth of stuff in there to put out. I'm like, well, if the people want it, you know, people get it. But, you know, like I said, I think truthfully, like, for example, the Monkees, I think if there's anything now, it will be the sounds of barrel scraping, because I think you pretty much have, you know, I mean, let's face it, though. You're talking about a band that was only around from early 1966 to mid-1970, okay? So, but then again, Hendrix was in the studio every damn day. Now, I'm not trying to compare Monkees to Hendrix, mind you, but I mean, you know how long that output lasted for Hendrix, you know, but or Elvis for that matter. Oh, wow. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to falsely advertise, but, you know, like I said, I bought my copy last year. Danny said it was the voice of the robot devil. Right. Yeah, no kidding, right? It doesn't. It doesn't. Oh, shit, that's right. That's right. The Pope and the Powder Toast. Well, wait a minute. Who the hell played the devil? Well, there was somebody else, though, that was famous that played the devil. Oh, God, I forgot about Powder Toast. Powder Toast, man. You know, the other part that I like, I don't have a pipe. I wish I did. What do you think about that, Mr. Horse? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Mr. Horse. And that guy that had the suspenders on the knee-high socks with the newspaper, and he's always that kind of stippy shit was so funny. Hey, Red, want to see my nose goblin collection? I picked them myself. Gross. See, now I'm going to have to look up the Poke Powder Toast Man bit. Ah, Gary Owens. I love him. From beautiful downtown Burbank. Oh, man. You know, I wish I had more to show you. I just don't right now. But I guess it's not always about stuff, isn't it? I am slowly selling off records. I'm not going to sell them all. I'll keep my, well, I don't know. I guess I'll always keep my Beatles. I gotta have my Beatles, gotta have my Monkees and my Badfinger and my Kiss. Okay, so I'll always have those. And then my Chicago area groups. Now I know I'm going to throw a bunch of names out here because Starcastle was really more Southern Illinois. Okay, but some of my favorite Chicagoland groups, Styx, REO is more Springfield Rantoul, but we're just doing Illinois groups. So Styx, REO, Cheap Trick, of course, from Rockford. Then you got other ones like the Crying Shames, the Buckinghams, the New Colony, Six, the Mob, the Trolls, lots of fun stuff. All kinds of different things. Alan Young, a.k.a. Wilbur Post, was the scout. Oh, no kidding. I didn't know that. Paul, don't know if I mentioned this in August. We're supposed to be getting all of it. So it's August now. Okay, good. I didn't get a timeline. Yeah, I'm the one that brought up about the Blu-ray and the silent stuff. Oh, yeah. God, Uncle Scrooge. In a box set. You know what? If I can afford it, I'll get it. I would love to see all that stuff. Because, I love Laurel and Hardy, but I never saw the silent stuff. Never did. I know what it is. They said they got everything but the one missing film. But you know what? If they ever find that film, even in 2023, I'll be totally amazed, to be honest with you. We should cherish the old stuff. There's not really a lot of new stuff that's there's no way the new stuff's ever going to replace the old stuff, okay? It's timeless, it's classic. But, I do like newer music and newer movies that at least attempt to move forward in maybe a classical way. Does that make any sense? I appreciate where they have their influences like a heart on a sleeve. Maybe I'm getting wrong with it. You know what? I have come across maybe one Laugh-In album. You can't beat their silent stuff. Without that material, you would never know that. Yeah, him and that cow, like, oh my God. But, not yet. You know what? You bet your bippy. Look that up in your funkin' wagnall. Tricycle falls over. I did that once. I did. I got a hold of like a raincoat, and I hurt myself. I don't know how the hell Artie Johnson did it, but I'm sitting there like, cling, and I'm like, oh! I fell on my ankle log, and I was sick. I wish. Thank God YouTube wasn't around to film that one. Remember when Tricky Dick came up? Suck it to me, baby. Suck it to me. If it wasn't that, it was Gerald Ford doing live from New York at Saturday night. Excuse me. I do not mean to be yawning at you. So let's see here. What do we got? Oh, I do love Off-Broadway. Rest in peace, Cliff Johnson. I really wish that I could have gotten to see Off-Broadway live. Now, during the COVID nonsense, I think it was in 2021, or was it 2022? No, I think it was 2021, like around the 4th of July, 2021, in Rockford, Illinois. Cheap Trick came to play a minor league baseball stadium, the one that's in Rockford, Illinois, and Off-Broadway opened for Cheap Trick. I would have loved to have seen that double bill. Suck it to me. I used to love doing Artie Johnson's, oh my God, and then her beating the shit out of him with the purse. The other part I liked, of course, and I'll do it once in a while when there's enough shrubbery to pull this off. I just wish I had the old Kaiser helmet and just go through the thing and go, very interesting. And then just come right back in there and maybe like, what the fuck? I'd probably get arrested now just for doing that because no one would get it. I had to go, no, it's an old TV bit, look it up. Yeah, very interesting. Ari. Ruth's still alive, thank God she pulled through. She pulled through, Ruth is still here. Artie's dead though, right? Artie Johnson, isn't he dead? Unfortunately. I got to see him open for Cheap Trick in Madison. Yes. So hold on a second here. If you saw him in Madison in 79, I'm going to throw a name out to you, Scott, which I'm going to throw two names out. One of them was gone by the time, no, wait a minute. It might have still been around by the time I started high school. The other one was gone by the time I got out of high school. Now, this isn't Madison, though, okay? So, Waverly Beach in Beloit is one name. I heard a lot of different people came to Waverly Beach. Not only Cheap Trick, but like the Runaways. There was other, Ruby Star. God, I miss Ruby Star. I don't know about you people, how you feel about Ruby Star and Grey Ghost, or Grey Star, or whatever you want, whatever amalgamation you want. Ruby died way too soon. She died of brain cancer in 95. There is a Cabal Records, C-A-B-A-L, out of Missouri, is reissuing Ruby Star and the Grey Ghost catalog. Mel Gibson's Three Stooges TV movie revealed how badly Columbia... Yeah, no shit. I'm going to tell you, Michael, that Cohn, right? Harry Cohn, he is a son of a bitch. I'm told that when Harry died, nobody came to that funeral. Either that or they waited until he was in the ground and then did all kinds of things on the grave. I'm not sure how true that is. They were weekly salary, but yeah, they got nothing. What a crock of horse shit. The Three Stooges deserve better. I've read out Cohn with cheap miserly butter, wouldn't you? Exactly. That's true. That is true. 2019, damn it. Too bad on that. Oh, cool. I like Ruth Buzzy. Of course, Ruth Buzzy has a brief Monkeys connection. That's right, because she was on one of the Monkeys episodes. She had briefly. Westerly, Rhode Island. Near Quahog. Just kidding. Oh boy, you're killing me. You're killing me, all of you. I drove through Beloit. My best friend said that city is the sound of a fart in a bathtub, Beloit. Yeah, that's about right. They also had a, what was it? I never got to go up there and catch a Beloit Snappers game. That's the name of the baseball team. I think it's still there, too. But back when I wanted to see them in the late 80s, they were attached to the Oakland A's. And if I remember correctly, Jose Canseco briefly went through there as a Beloit Snapper before he ended up being an A. I don't know about Mark McGuire. We're talking about the Bash Brothers back in the day in Oakland. Saw Cheap Trick open with Rainbow. Oh, God, I love it. 70, with Dio. You saw him with Rainbow with Dio and Cozy. Oh, nice. Audio Speedwagon 78, probably on the, if you could tune a piano, tune a fish tour, yeah. Then 2000, Dayton, Ohio. That is awesome. My buddy rents a house on the beach in, you know what, I'm too tired. I'm not even going to pronounce that. Every August. Ruth Buzzy played the lady who wanted to get in touch with her. That's right. The seance episode. That was funny. Jose can strike out. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was never a big Psyko fan. I came several times. I came this close to meeting Mark McGuire when he was with the St. Louis Cardinals. Okay. Every time I missed him by this much, I tried to get there as early as possible because I found out McGuire would get there before most of the whatever team he was playing with. He wanted to get into batting practice early, before most of the team. He wanted that extra time. That's what I'm told. So whenever I get there, there'll only be about 10 or a dozen people. Mark was nice to every one of them. Signed the stuff, the cards, the baseballs, took photos with them. We're talking here 1990s. So class act Mark McGuire was. Yeah. But yeah, the Bash Brothers. That's what I remember, Psyko and McGuire. But like I said, I never cared for Psyko. I just never did. I don't know why. He just rubbed me the wrong way. Yep. See, I'll tell you something. I got to say hello to Tom, but I don't have his autograph. I met Rick and Robin and Bunny. I met Rick. Let's see. I think I met Rick twice, and Robin once, and Bunny once. Now, I really wish that. I think it was last month. Bunny, anybody that's in the Rockford, Illinois area, okay, usually it's the last Monday of the month. So it just happened. I don't think it happened Memorial Day, though. He did it the Monday before that because of the holiday. But Bunny Carlos still lives in Rockford, Illinois, and he does what's called the Bunny's Monday Night Band. And sometimes, it's loosely amalgamated players with him, okay? But you're guaranteed to get Bunny. Sometimes John Brandt, who was a bass player for Cheap Trick from 1981 to 87, will come and sit and play with him. This past month, he had special guests. Mophie Baker came through, so Ginger Baker's kid, and at least for this small stretch of tour, for Mophie, Bobby Massano, who was in the band Stars, like the last album for Stars on Capitol, and I want to say maybe he did some more in the 80s with him, was guitar player for Mophie's band. So you had all of them on the stage in one night. You know what? I got to meet some of the Rockford Peaches. I did. And in the League of Their Own movie, I met the real lady that was the character that Madonna played. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that he was there. Nice. That is absolutely nice. Wow, okay. Well, yeah, I think I've heard that too. Yes. So, Scott, look at you. Good for you for bringing that up. So yes, the thumbs. So let's see. Cliff, John Brandt. Oh boy, hang on a minute. Tommy Aldridge was in the original The Thumbs. And if I remember right on this, I don't know how long he was with them, But part of the story for Aldridge, as far as for coming to Chicago, I think he stayed in the Chicagoland area for only 6 to 9 months. And it had to do with, now this is alleged, okay, I could be completely wrong on this, but this is what I gleaned from interviews, that Tommy had to leave town from Black Oak, Arkansas, because it had to do with Butch Stone. That's all I really know about this, all right? There's another interesting story about Tommy that a lot of people don't know, but maybe you might be able to find it in YouTube. So when Harvey Jett, who was a guitar player at Black Oak, actually going back to the Nobody Else album from '69 before they turned into Black Oak, Arkansas. So, I mean, Harvey played, I think, from '67 to '74, basically, with these guys, all right? Harvey became a born-again Christian. And, of course, unfortunately, Harvey passed away earlier this year. But Tommy Aldridge was supposed to leave with Harvey. And at the last minute, Tommy couldn't do it. So Harvey left alone out of the Black Oak compound. That much is true. But something like I said, if I remember correctly, I think the last album that Tommy played on for Black Oak was Rated X on MCA Records, but I could be wrong on this. And then, like I said, he booked out by '76, ended up going to Chicago for a while and formed the Thumbs with Cliff Johnson and John Brandt and Pete Comita, who would, of course, end up being bassist in '80 after Tom Peterson left for Trick. And I want to say after Aldridge left, Kevin Valentine came in to play drums, and he would end up in Kiss's world, and he even drummed on some of the Psycho Circus album. So, yeah, Da Thumbs' favorite band of Da Bears. But there is a 4-song demo of Da Thumbs on YouTube, and it's actually pretty good. Yeah, see? So, Scott Dog, if you don't know about that, look it up, because I did, unless somebody took it down in the last couple months. That 4-song demo. And if I remember correctly, Aldridge, I think, is on that demo, so you're going to have that lineup. But I could be completely wrong. I remember that, like, back then, everybody thought that was going to be the next hottest band. And then it all went, Now, one of these days, I'm going to do a Chicago-centric episode. I happen to have a gold stamp promo of Pez Band. Yeah, I've got one of the Pez Band albums. And I got it reasonably priced back then, too. But I've got the Pez Band. I've got both off-Broadway albums. I know Cliff's dead now. I really wish somehow I could get a hold of Ken Hark. That's who I'd like to get a hold of, because not only to see if I could get him to sign both of the off-Broadway albums, but also Badfinger's Airwaves, because he is on 50% of that album. You know what? Does it count if I tell you that I was inside that I was in Buddy Guy's club once? Buddy Guy wasn't there. I showed up there after I went to college. This is late '90s, before they moved it, because they had to move its location. I can't remember why. So yes, in the original Buddy Guy's club, I was in there once. I think I had a beer. I was listening to whoever was playing at that time. I want to say '97, '98. That's when I went to Buddy Guy's club. And I remember, though, that he did have signed stuff. I think it was in a glass case, like As You're Leaving, if I remember correctly. Yes, Pez, it's more than a candy. Depends on what color the Pez is, too. But yeah, I have a high school friend of mine. He's known, his stage name is Frank Bang. He still plays up and down the East Coast, mostly Florida, for any Floridians out there. Frank Bang, go look him up on YouTube. And if I remember correctly, he's on Spotify, Apple, any of the other stuff. Does he have physical CDs? I don't really remember, to be honest with you. But for 5 years, he was in Buddy Guy's band as a guitar player. I want to say late 80s, early 90s. Okay, I've seen some photographs. The man knows how to play. He does. That's not his real name, but for you, that's his name, Frank Bang. So I do know somebody that played with Buddy Guy, and he's still friends with Buddy Guy too. Bunny, that's right, as a cool YouTube station of rare cheap track tracks. Isn't it called Bunny's Bootleg or Bootleg Bunny or something like that? I'm sub to it. The thing is I would like to do a trip up to Illinois this year. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm hoping so. And I want to time it for one of those Monday nights because it's at Mary's Place. That's the name of the bar in Rockford, Illinois, near downtown. So you got to go over the Rock River, if I remember correctly. And you got to get there early. So it's like I want to be that nerd to get there early so I can have a good seat. Now, the thing is, I guess a couple months ago, some big autographed chow hound ruined it fucking for everybody else. This guy brought like stacks of shit for him to sign all in one sitting. You don't do that shit. You just don't do it. Now, me, okay, I know what I would bring, all right? I mean, I do have one complete band signed Cheap Trick item. It's a poster, but I had to get it from somebody on the West Coast. They opened up the Stone Temple Pilots. It was in 96, 97. But it's completely band signed. That's the only original thing I've got. All the other ones, I have a signed cassette, Greatest Hits by Rick and Bunny. I've got a signed Dream Police just by Robin. And so with Bunny, I would like to get either that, I'd like him to sign that Dream Police album I got. So that's the one Cheap Trick album I want signed. I get from he had a band, if I remember, called Secret Windows. It was a supergroup, very strange supergroup. Only one album they put out. I want to get that CD, see if I can get him to sign that. And then I want to get his solo CD, Greetings from Venezuela. So I want, yep, that's right, thank you. So I would only get 3 items, and they would be each different. Because I'm not an eBay seller. I'm not one of these autographed chow hound people that bring 10 same 8x10s or 10 of the same fucking album. I mean, that's rude. You know, if you're going to go off and have a side business, okay, firstly, don't be rude about it to the celebrities, okay? Because a lot of these people, you know, I mean, I guess some of us take them for granted. Just like any celebrity. Doesn't matter what field you're in. Be nice, be polite. You know, if they don't want to sign autographs, maybe just simply go, hey, you know what? Thank you very much for entertaining us all these years. If you could get away with a handshake, beautiful. That's fine. I like that. That would satisfy me. Just like 2 weeks ago when I briefly met Pauly Shore and gave him a fist bump. And I did end up getting a signed DVD for me, and then I got, for each of my friends, I got one. Because that's how I am. I'm not a pig. I'm not a hog. I think the only time I ended up ever doing that, and I don't know why, but Davy Jones, I bought 5 albums. I gave one to my bestie, because I thought she bought stuff and she didn't. And then I kept the other 4, and one of them I'm going to give away to another friend. See, exactly. And I don't mind if the celebrity says, one apiece. Hey, that's great that they're at least giving you one apiece. They don't have to. They could go fuck you and walk off like a lot of them do. And I admit, some of these people, all it is this you can't even figure out the scribble. But hey, guess what? They signed the damn thing, and there it is for you. I don't know. It's just fun for me. I like having the stories, you know. I don't know. I want to say, though, truthfully, probably. I mean, I've met a lot of musicians over the years. I've met a lot of sports people over the years. Okay. The musicians, 90% of them were real nice. They were laid back. The only one that was kind of an asshole was Peter Criss. Seriously, from Kiss. Me and my kid were the only ones there early enough at the venue. Only ones. I brought 2 things to get signed. Two different items. I don't mind personalizations. I even offered that, and he still fucking walked away. That's his prerogative, I guess. But I'm like, he wouldn't even say 2 words to us. What I don't get is paying big bucks just for an autograph. Don't they make enough from the shows that they can just sign? What, you know what? I remember the baseball card shows of the 80s and the early 90s. The prices were so cheap, at least even back then for the economy, that sometimes the ball players would throw in a freebie. Okay, and that was fine. I was very grateful for that. I used to have a decent signed Chicago Cubs baseball card collection, okay? I don't have that anymore. I had to sell it off in parts over the years, but I still have the memories. I'll tell you, for example, for old school baseball, if you'll allow me, I got to meet every main member of the 69 Cubs except for Randy Hundley and Don Young. I met all the other ones. Ernie, Billy, Fergie, Ron, Glenn, Don. I met all of them over the years. It was such a treat. One time I even met Andy Pafko. Okay? He was a September call-up and he played in the 45 World Series. For the Cubs. I got to talk to him forever because there was nobody else in line. He was a really nice guy. Yep, even Ernie. Let's play 2. I got one good interaction with Ernie and one bad interaction, and I'm not going to go into that. I think the internet ruined something. Oh, you bet. Totally. You know, Fergie, I'll tell you something. He was a really wonderful guy. The last time I met Fergie, he came back. This was after the murder. You know what I'm talking about, right? The girlfriend, Fergie's daughter thing. It's real messy. I'm surprised Fergie came back. And Fergie was very depressed. I don't know. I felt bad for him. I don't know why he came back. Bun is very friendly and cool. I got to hang with him and Tom backstage in circa 87. Took pics, drank beer. Bun is is he a Beatles circuit? Oh, God. Oh, no shit. I would love to just yap with him about Beatles and vinyl and stuff. Seriously. I wouldn't even, except for maybe asking, I get the autograph stuff out of the way, or maybe save it to the end of the whole conversation. We went to Linda Ronstadt concert, Cry Like a Rainstorm tour, and had backstage passes, got her autograph, took a photo with Julia. Oh, nice. Next time, though, I got him to autograph. Oh, that is great. Seriously. I'm going to tell you something. I grew up listening to Linda, but, okay, so like when she went and did the big band stuff in the Nelson Riddle Orchestra, and then she went and did the trio album, she lost me. I like, so like the cutoff was like 80, 81 for Linda, I think, maybe 82, and I was just like, I love those 70s records. And one of the favorite songs that I like that gets played, and I know she does the cover justice really good, but Warren Zevon's Poor Pitiful Me, they'll play that on the radio sometimes, and I gotta fucking crank that up because it's really good. You know what, Mike? Thanks for coming on by, and thanks for everybody else too. Hello, Fred. Wait a minute. Barney's got several copies of Lennon's Roots sealed. Holy shit. I have only ever come across one counterfeit of that. And you could tell that it was fuzzy. I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible. He's got a nice mini gold mine right there, doesn't he? God, I get see that. I'm glad. I mean, I know that Cheap Trick loved the Beatles, okay, so much because they brought him up several times, even before Rick and Bunny got to go play with John on Double Fantasy. Yoko, that stupid woman. They're just gonna use you, John. No, you fucking twat. It's like, you know, if John would have put out on Losing You with the Rick and Bunny version, oh God, that would have been one of the best damn tracks on there. That would have been the most rocking track on there, okay? And it's just like, geez, people. I really wish they could have done more. Do you imagine, like, John did a whole fucking record with Rick Nielsen and Bunny Carlos? And, you know, I mean, I know that John wanted this band that he chose. He's the one that chose that band. But I'm like, could you imagine if they would have been on more than just that one track that didn't get to see the light of day until years later? Yeah, I'm Losing You. What a killer track the way they did it. Man. Got a Tommy James autograph on CD single. I bought it. Free show he did in 95. I have actually heard really good things about Tommy James. I'll tell you something. If I met Tommy James, it's kind of funny because I came across an original, I'm debating about getting it though, an original version of I Think We're Alone Now, the album, you know, with the set of footprints. But I think it's slightly pricey. I might go back and get it if it's still around. I don't know. But I definitely would want to get Music Mob and Me. That Tommy James book was awesome. But then again, I didn't realize how much bullshit he had to go through. That, and I did not know that he became a born-again Christian in the early 70s. I thought that was kind of cool, too. Canadian country singer Terry Clark. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, yeah, it is great. I love that book. I thought they were supposed to do a movie on that book, too. Speaking of country singers, we're getting for free this weekend in the next town over. Mark Wills is performing this Friday night, and then Saturday night is Pam Tillis. She will be performing next town over. But there's just so many people, and I got to go to work early the next day, or else I'd go torture. Maybe I'd go torture Pam. I don't have anything of hers, though. But I wouldn't mind getting a quick autograph. That'd be nice. Lots of them. Yeah, you're telling me. Oh, man. That Morris Levy, he was evil. You know, if him and Alan Klein and, who the hell was the other one? Was it Art Roop? The one that owned Specialty. Wasn't he a mobster, too? I could be wrong about this. But if those three combined started a record company together, they'd be screwed. Everyone would get screwed. When Bunn was working with George Martin, he used his Carlos clout to get them to play. Oh man! Too Many Cooks. I know. Too Many Cooks was an excellent track. That's Mick Jagger. I think wasn't Stevie Wonder on that track, and John Lennon produced it, but I could have sworn somebody told me that he did some mild instrumentation on Too Many Cooks. I could be completely wrong on that. See, I didn't know about the Strawberries record chain. Yeah, back in the 70s and 80s when you could put any fruit out so Strawberries, that's East Coast, right? Strawberries. So, Strawberries. Where I lived in Chicagoland, we had a chain called Oranges, actually. There wasn't many of them, because like in Chicagoland in the 70s and 80s and 90s, we had around my area, I lived in Northwest Illinois, Crystal Lake, Illinois to be precise, and the surrounding areas. So, Oranges, Flipside, Rose Records, and Rolling Stone Records. Rolling Stone was a little more of a drive. I'm always going to remember that because I came this close to meeting Ozzy and his band, Ultimate Sin Tour, doing a record signing. That was the only time I almost met Ozzy. Mark Wills is a very good singer, and Pam Tillis is good too. Mel Tillis, that's right. I almost had a chance to see Mel and Branson when Mel was still alive, but we're not going to go into that story either. Because, yeah. What was I going to tell you now? But yeah, so Tommy James, I would love to see Tommy James. I would love to see him. You know what's really funny? Even though I like all the Shondell stuff, My favorite song still is Dragging the Line, Dragging the Line. And by the way, if maybe you people know this, maybe you don't, I am looking for the 45 Celebrate. It's either Celebrate or Celebration. I'm not sure which. But it's 1972 on roulette. The only time you are going to get Tommy James and half of Kiss. That's right. I'm not kidding here. But you're talking about 72. We're talking about just around the time when Wicked Lester's getting formed. And you got Gene Klein and I forgot his real name, Paul. But so in other words, Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, back before they were really Kiss. So on that song, because they're background singers, so you got Tommy James and you got half of Kiss on a Tommy James record. There you go. There's a bar bet for you, and just in case. The Metellus, that's right. Too soon. I don't even know how many. Hasn't he been dead for like 10 years? Okay, I've heard of Apple Tree. Don't know about Hot Wax. And I know Toad Hall's still there, but somebody bought it a few years ago. I never went to Toad Hall. I heard horror stories about Toad Hall. I heard the prices were extremely ridiculous. Although I think they've got a building just for 45s. I would love to go in that 45 building. I'd probably sit there for half the day. Gary Lewis and the Playboys and Martha Vandel's over. No shit. That would have been a great show to go see. That would have been just my style. All right. And by the way, when you saw that show, was it in the middle of a? Oh, here it goes. Heat wave. I'm surprised I still have you dozen people here. Do you know what's funny? I had up to about 18 people in this room. That's nice. But yeah, I'm jealous, John. That's a great triple bill for 95. Gary Lewis, he came down, the closest he came down to was Branson. It also was a triple bill show that I really regret not going to. I don't know what happened. But it was, I don't know the order, okay? Gary Lewis and the Playboys. The Buckinghams, so you got two originals though, okay? Because this was like within the last 5 years, like pre-COVID. So somewhere between 2017 and 2018. Because I know my wife, I think, was still alive. So 2017, 2018. So you got Gary Lewis and the Playboys, the Buckinghams, and Mitch Ryder. All three on the same bill. And I'm just like, and I had, and I still have, stuff by all of them. Didn't know there was one. I would love to see that. Do you know what the title of it is? And where I can see it? Wah ba loo ba wah bam boom. So supposedly the original lyrics to that is something about tutti frutti, big booty, something about grease it, don't force it. Seriously, that supposedly is in the original Tutti Frutti. And then, of course, when Little Richard actually cut one version with those lyrics, and the dude from Specialty says, "Oh, I don't think so. You better come up with something else to replace those lyrics." That's what I remember reading. Was on Main Street, downtown street for July holiday. How neat. Toad Hall was fun. That place was crammed, full of everything in the world. That's what I've heard. My buddy Scott, who lives in Capron, Illinois. I lived in Capron for the last 5 years, and I lived in Illinois. But he hasn't, I don't think he's been to Toad Hall in at least a few months. Toad Hall actually has their own YouTube channel. I'm sub to it. Go figure. Oh, speaking, you see, threw 8-track out there. So I actually came across an 8-track that I almost bought. I don't buy 8-tracks anymore. I found the 1973 Ringo's Ringo 8-track. Now, for you Beatle collectors out there, you're going to know why this is significant. Because that 8-track and the promo-only copies of Ringo's. Ringo has the extended version of the song 6 O'Clock. So yeah, if you find a Ringo 8-track on Apple, grab it because that's a collectible. That is a guaranteed 8-track collectible. Even though on CD they did put the extended version, so I mean you can hear it. But so I almost bought that, but then I got pissed off at the dealer of the booth because there were some 45s with some picture sleeves I found, and this dude keeps changing the fucking prices every time I come in there. So I said, fuck it, I put it all back and didn't buy shit from him. I was so pissed off. Little Richard, I Am Everything. It was in the theaters for a while. I don't think it's a DVD Blu-ray release, but thank you for bringing that up. Little Richard, I Am Everything. That's one guy I really would have loved to have seen play live. But, yeah, I mean, I remember reading a story about Little Richard and Buddy Holly. Now, the story goes, supposedly, that Buddy Holly, this was the Apollo Theater, and Buddy was playing, this would be like 1957, 58. So they were both on the bill, whatever bill that Little Richard and Buddy Holly were on. So supposedly Little Richard was having some fun backstage in the dressing room with a lovely ebony goddess, if you will, and supposedly heard, ladies and gentlemen, Buddy Holly and the Crickets, and he goes, oh crap, finishes up and runs out on stage, just in the nick of time. I don't know how true that story is, ladies and gentlemen, but I wish I had a Buddy Holly pun for that. I just don't. Except, no, probably her name wasn't Peggy. Peggy Sue. Yeah, I know, that was weak. Sorry. All right. Guys, I didn't realize it was 2 hours already. I'm going to be wrapping this thing up here. First of all, I want to tell you in advance, I apologize about my little tantrum, okay? It was not aimed at any of you. It was not aimed at Doc Dacus. It was not aimed at anybody. It's me. If it's anybody to blame for the tantrum, it's me. I try not to be angry anymore. I usually can try to keep it down pretty well, okay? But when I can't control something here technology-wise, then I get pissed because I want to give you guys the best show I can. And that means, let's face it, you guys know with the internet problems I used to have on my old laptop and why I had to stop. Then I get this. Then my original microphone, which that's not it. My original microphone, which was this, used to be real good. And then that crap got on me. And now I've got this lav mic, but the lav mic likes to start doing scratchy shit sometimes. So I want to go off and do the gamer mic. So, okay. Scott, okay, I'm gonna tell you right now. I will gladly tell it to you right now, if that's okay. So here I'm going to Scott. I'm going to type it in right now. All right, and then this is not a secret. I've been hiding under my skin. My blood is boiling. My brain IBM. Oh God, people will be like, fuck, he's quoting Roboto, son of a bitch. Let's get off of here. All right. Scott, right there is my web address, okay? Anybody that wants to, message me because you're bored or you got something kindly you'd like to say or whatever, future suggestions for Jukebox from Hell. Season 2 will start around Father's Day, Faja Day, smoking a pancake, bonging a blintz. If you know where that's from, good for you. So yeah, and then yes, you know what? I will be extremely grateful. George from Music of All Four Seasons. I still am very thankful for the signed Frankie Valli item that he sent me because Frankie's a treasure. 89 years old. If you're in the Las Vegas area, late October, early November, go to the Westgate Resort, get your tickets for Frankie Valli, and show him who loves you, pretty baby, who loves, never mind, we're not going there. You know what? Thank you. You know, Mike, it's all of you guys that make up this show. I'm just a big blubbering idiot that attempts to control the Psycho circus. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. But I really do love you guys. And so, Scott, I hope that answers your question. If it doesn't and you're seeing this later, kindly go to my YouTube page, and my email is on there too. Anybody can correspond with me at any time. Now, I will say this. I am not being rude, but I don't always get to see my emails daily, okay? I try to check on it at least once to twice a week. I have been so far behind, especially because of all the health issues with me, the surgery that Carol had, combined of things. But I will try to answer things as soon as I can. Well, look, you don't have to, but I'll, you know what, we'll talk privately, sir, okay? Thank you, seriously, Scott. If I see the 45 you are looking for, I'll email you. You know what? That would also be totally awesome. Did you say celebration? It's a celebration or celebrate, okay? I'm sorry, it is on roulette, 1972. Let me see if I can actually pull it up. I have my phone still, right? Let me take a look. I could pull it up in my discography really quick. But yeah, Tommy James, really, really love his stuff. But yeah, Dragging the Line probably is still my favorite. Probably after that, though, would be, I do like Crystal Blue Persuasion. I do. Crystal Blue Persuasion. It's a new vibration. Let's see here. I'm trying to pull this up. I'm sorry. But yeah, I could not believe when I found that out about that Gene and Paul were on that. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Sugar on Sunday. Sugar on Sunday. All right, come on. I want to get to the discography. Solo discography. Yeah, it wasn't on an LP. It was just one of those 40. Celebration. That's what it is. It only charted to 95. So it was not a big hit. Okay, so this is kind of quite interesting. Let me put. So we got. This is Tommy's solo stuff. So in 1970, Ball and Chain was 57 in the States, 44 in Canada. Then it was Church Street Soul Revival, which was 62 in the States, 55 in Canada. Adrian was 93. Dragging the Line, number 4 in the U.S., number 2 in Canada. I'm Coming Home, which was the single after that, squeaked into the top 40 at 40. 19 in Canada, though. Canada loved them. The next single, Nothing to Hide, missed it by that much. It was 41 on the U.S. charts, but 35 in Canada. Then you get to 72, so he doesn't, okay, so hold on a minute. Celebration. Yeah, non-album single, so yeah. So Celebration only was released as a 45. And so then you get things like Tell 'Em Willie Boys Are Comin', that Cat's Eye in the Window, those were only around 90. Love Song, 67. Celebration was 95. 1973 was the last charted hit from him on Roulette. Boo Boo, Don't You Be Blue, which was number 70. And then he would have his last American charted hit, 3 Times in Love, charted number 19, but number 1 on the U.S. Adult Contemporary. There you go. See, you didn't expect to get a whole bunch of Tommy James solo discography. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Ooh, I'll have to look for that. All right, guys, I got to wrap this up. I love you guys. Once again, thank you, Doc Docus, for coming on, even despite the technical gremlins. I just got, you know what, guys, just be careful, be safe. Have yourself a great week, and hopefully maybe we'll be back here again next Wednesday, all right? And take care. God bless. Rock on. Always powered by coffee, each and every time. That is the Psycho promise to you. And just like I started out here, where words fail, music speaks. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth, ladies and gentlemen? All right, guys. Take care. I love you all. I mean it.